guys, Ask a Felon, back with another one for you. This one, somebody asked me talk a little bit about my childhood growing up. The only way I can describe my childhood growing up was we was white trash, but we wasn't poor. I guess you could say more like rednecks. I don't know. My mom worked all the time. I was raised with a stepdad as the only father figure I had wasn't very good. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say he's the worst guy, but after I've grown up and I raised kids, I look at him totally different because I realize so much of the shit that he did wrong. But yeah, he was a drunk, so he made it seem like drinking and fighting was what a man does. So that was really though I never really looked up to him. I can't honestly say I ever looked up to him. As a matter of fact, me and him never really got along. 90% of our life, it was us not getting along, and it was because of how he would treat my mom. I seen my mom working jobs while he sat at home all day and smoked his cigarettes, drank his whiskey, and I don't know. He made you think being a man was totally wrong. To him, it was men get out here and fight, men get out here and do hard work, men work on cars, men do this. Which a lot of the stuff I'm glad he taught me. He did teach me how to work on cars. Well, he didn't really teach me. He had me do things that I learned. A lot of things I've learned in life, I learned on my own. It wasn't nothing my dad taught me. And when I say my dad, it's my stepdad. He was around from the time I was one, so he's really the only dad I know. But yeah, as far as having an idol or anything, I didn't really have one because I never really did look up to him. I used to think he knew a lot, but now that I've grown up and I've had kids and raised them, I see so much shit that he did wrong raising us, things that no man should do. And I think that's kind of what led to my drug addiction. Started out with alcohol. Then I had friends who their parents smoked weed and took pills. So being around them, their mom would sneak us weed over every weekend, and that would make our weekend for us. But yeah, but drinking led to all my shit. I would drink, I'd get in fights, I'd get drunk, bust my hand, and break my ankle. I mean, I was always under the impression that really that was the only time me and my dad would get along is if we drank together. I started drinking when I was about 13. I wasn't allowed to drink with my dad or nothing at that age. I would steal it from people. There was a guy who used to work at Budweiser, and he'd park his Budweiser truck in the alley and hide whiskey, and he'd hide a fifth of Beams H-Star, and then he'd hide like 2 cases of beer. I remember at the time they was bowling pin beer. There was something going on with bowling or something. But he would park the Budweiser truck in the alley and then hide it for himself. I'd see it, and then I'd snatch it up and take it to my garage, put it in the refrigerator we had out there. Then I'd sit out there and I'd drink. From 13, 14 years old, I started skipping school because I didn't like middle school. I was fine during elementary and shit, but middle school, I just didn't like it. I didn't want to be there. I'd skip school, walk around, start skipping school, and I'd take the money I had for lunch and I'd give me a quart of beer. Actually, I was able to get 2 quarts of beer and a pack of GPC. Pack of GPC was $1.25, and the quarts of beer was like $1.25. So I could get 2 quarts of beer and a pack of cigarettes. I'd skip school and I'd do that. And then as I got a little bit older, I got introduced to the Xanax. Xanax was, my dad always frowned on that. He never was about them pills. He strictly drank. He didn't even smoke weed or nothing. But I think, I'm not trying to blame it on him, but I feel like a lot of the impact of why I even started drinking, I know that was because of him. I didn't see drinking nowhere else. The only time I seen drinking in my entire life was around my dad. So I think that's what kind of made me want to start drinking. I thought that was how you be a man. Getting in fights. I've been knocked out at least 7, 8 times. Knocked out cold, unconscious. I've been over probably, between school and adulthood, I've probably been in, I'd say at least 80, 90 fights. No shit. Yeah, I've been in quite a few fights. And a lot of that was for me being drunk. I mean, a lot of it was in school. I wasn't drunk in school, but, like I said, I'd want to get suspended or expelled, and As soon as somebody gave me a reason, it was, I'm gonna pop you upside the head and I'm going home. Not only did I make you look stupid by getting beat up by the quiet kid, I get to go home too. So yeah. But other than that, I think the drug addiction came. I used to hate hydros. Like when I was a drunk, I would break my wrist or I'd break my leg from being so drunk. And then I'd get prescribed hydros for broken bone. I used to trade them off. I never liked them. Well, it got to a point one time when I broke my ankle that it was so painful I had to eat them. And after eating them for a while, I got used to them. I'm like, damn, I like that. It kind of gives me speed. So that it was a wrap. After that, I started eating hydros like candy. Go to a doctor, get prescribed hydros. Well, as a matter of fact, I told my own doctor after going to him several times and he kept giving me non-narcotics. I just flat out told him, hey, you're either gonna give me what I want or I'll take my insurance and I'll go somewhere else. At that time, I had good health insurance that my girlfriend at the time put me on through her work, and it was like top-notch insurance. So they wasn't too happy. They yelled at me, said, "Oh, we'll give them to you, but you're getting the lowest possible dose." But they threw in some extras. All I wanted was Xanax. They gave me Xanax, Soma, and Hydro. And that was the start of it. I'd walk around calling myself the human rattle because I had pockets full of pills and pill bottles that when I shook or walked, it would rattle. I was the human rattle from pills. And then from there, it was just down. It was a down, stupid choices, doing all kinds of stupid shit. Did so much stuff on the pills and drinking that I could go on for days about it. I mean, I did burglaries. I get in fights with people, go to the jail, got in shit with the jail people. I mean, it was reckless to the point where when I finally tried to decide to get off of them, I took myself out to the woods and just got me a couple quarts of beer to wean down off of it and be able to be out in the woods by myself without tripping out about everything because I done had warrants out because I did stupid shit, so I got warrants put on me. And when I was out there in the woods, I got sober. I got off the pain pills. I think that was the first time I got introduced to Suboxone, but I didn't like it at the time because I just did a little bitty tiny piece, and I was fucked up for like 2 days, it seemed like. But yeah, I got out there. I stayed out there for about 9 months. I met a millionaire. I was on a millionaire's property. He caught me. Told him the truth. I'm out here trying to detox. I got warrants. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life. He actually let me go to work for him. Went to his house. He had a wolf. He had wolves for pets, like legit wolves, not just a dog. It was a legit wolf where he had to have special permit and that, all that shit for it. He was a true millionaire. He owned all the water rights from a certain property line where I was at all the way into another town. He owned bowling alleys. He owned all kinds of businesses. He owned rentals. And he helped me, let me live out there. I stay out there around the fire. But then I had some guys that I worked with doing that came out there, and then they got me on crack. So I started smoking crack. Started out just getting cocaine. And then it was, let's cook this up. Then I started smoking crack to where I got to the point I started backtracking. Instead of being sober out there, I ended up being the watch out man for the crack guy. He'd smoke his crack and then he'd get all paranoid and start crying, saying his wife's hiding in the bushes watching him. And I finally told him, I don't want no more shit. I don't want nothing else to do with that crack. You can just buy me a case of beer and I'll sit out here with you and I'll keep an eye out for your wife in the bushes. And that's what he would do. He'd buy a case of beer. I'd sit there and drink while he smoked his crack, and I'd watch out for him. I never did like crack. That wasn't my thing. But I've done it all. I've done crack, done coke, done pills. I've shot up. Like, it just progressed from an alcoholic to a pill head to trying crack till I ended up shooting up every single day. When I shot up, I shoot up anything I could get, allotted. I'd shoot up Suboxone. All the way, but the majority of that was because I was on the run most of the time. I knew any day I got stopped, I was going to prison or jail. So it was like, well, that's what I got. I want to be fucked up if I get caught. So I stayed fucked up all the time. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much how it led up to me being the drug addict and what it was. I mean, a vague idea. You know, started out with I guess whatever you would call a role model. I guess my stepdad making out like alcohol and fighting was the thing. So that's what I thought. I guess I was trying to get his approval, but never felt comfortable around him or anything. So I never looked up to him. I guess it was just because I was the only male figure I had in my life around. And then, like I said, after I got older and I took care of kids myself, it made me despise him. Really, like to this day, I can't stand him because I realize he ain't a man. He's a big crybaby. He feels sorry for himself. Like he ain't he's nothing like I thought he was before I raised kids. Me raising kids and the way I raised them compared to how he raised us, nothing. He was never a man. I'll tell you that right now. And to this day, he still can't stand me because we got into an argument and I told him, I'll beat your ass. I ain't a kid no more. If you wasn't so old, I'd beat your ass. Which I really wanted to, but he's older now. He's like 60, almost 70. So, I mean, what am I going to do? Look like a bully beating up on an old man? But after I raised kids and I lived the life of a dad, I realized what a piece of shit he really was when we was growing up, making my mom work while he stayed at home and shit. Yeah. But that's what led to my alcohol. The alcohol led to harder drugs. Then the harder drugs led to shooting up. So I don't know. But a little bit about my childhood, that's it right there. Like I said, we wasn't rich. We always had food. We always had a nice clean house. You would never think we was poor from the way our house looked. We used to trash dig. There would be a trash day every Sunday. It'd be a certain neighborhood. Every Tuesday it'd be a certain neighborhood. We'd load up in the truck, go digging people's trash. We'd come home with plants, TVs, everything, nice shit that people threw away. That's what our whole house was furnished from. Like, no exaggeration. Our whole house was furnished from trash. Other people's trash that they threw away. But it looked like something out of a magazine. It was immaculate. It was a nice, clean house. I remember I took pictures to school. Something for like, what'd you do during the summer? And I got a dog or something. And I remember I took my picture in of me and my dog, and my teacher said, "Wow, your house looks like something out of a magazine. That's nice. You got a real nice house." I mean, it was nice for everything in there coming out of the trash. But like I said, we always had food. I did see my mom and dad fight a lot, which I think that's caused some problems with me, issues, trust issues with the relationships I was in. I know it has, because I've only seen up until here recently. Once I went to prison and got out, and I lived the last 8 years as a dad and a husband, I see so much shit that was done wrong on the way we was raised. But can't do nothing about that. I mean, it made me who I am. I wouldn't change none of it for nothing. Maybe the drugs and the choices I made while on drugs, but other than that, yeah, I don't think I'd change nothing. Because who knows what kind of man I'd be. I could be some soft ass little sissy boy, I mean, who knows what could have been. But yeah, that's about all I got for this one, guys. I hope I answered that question good enough for you. If I didn't, throw it in the comments. I'll make another one. That being said, guys, see ya.